Hello, Gins. It's me, Nanigans. I've taken like 7 takes of this so far, and it's not working out so well. This is my week 3 matchup versus Craver, coach of the versatile Varmints. So right off the bat, we both have really good fantasy cores, which is the fairy, dragon, steel cores. So I kind of thought that this was going to be a matchup of just like fantasy, which I thought was really cool. He also has a starter water, fire, grass core, which is also pretty cool. Which also kind of doubles as a dark psychic ghost core, which is really cool. His team is awesome, and I really like it. The things that I was really scared about was Moonblast or anything fairy move Sylveon, and Tauros, and Scarf Decidueye. Those were probably the things I was most scared of, and Nihiligo as well. I knew Flygon was going to be some type of choice item, so I wasn't particularly worried. I felt like it didn't do particularly anything too much to my team that Gourgeist couldn't deal with, or Dragonite couldn't deal with, or Clefable. I felt like I had a lot of answers for Flygon in this matchup. Corviknight, honestly, I felt like was really passive against me as well. And most of my stuff can 3-hit KO it, and enough of my stuff can 3-hit KO it or 2-hit KO it to where eventually it will run out of Roost, or I can like choice lock it with a trick item or something. My dog's playing with a squeaky toy. Nihiligo was kind of scary, but I felt like I had enough answers to it and could also mind game just saying like, hey, I have Earthquake on Dragonite or something to scare it out. Greninja is super fast, but I felt like I didn't need to bring my fast Pokemon in Zoroark and Electabuzz, just because I felt like his attacks didn't do enough to me to warrant bringing them. I feel like I had a lot of Jack, please. I had a lot of options to deal with him. So the sets that I brought were Leftovers, Magic Guard, Clef, so I don't get Toxic Stalled. Just a thick, fat Miltank just to play a long game, essentially. Regenerator, Culver Berry. Culver Berry allows me to take a knockoff and then also just one-hit KO stuff. Or a Dark Pulse or anything, so this set was pretty cool, and it also avoids him getting Poltergeisted against Decidueye later in the game. Assault Vest Lucario I thought was the coolest set with Justified, because it switches into anything Greninja can do and just either kills it or makes something take a close combat or Blaze Kick. So I was really proud of this set. I thought it was awesome. I brought Gourgeist large for once. I think I forgot to speed invest it, so it was kind of pointless. But I brought large specifically because it outsped something. I don't remember what. I don't know. Corviknight, because it outsped Corviknight. That's why. Which didn't really matter in the long run, but I still brought it. I thought it was cool. And then I brought Weakness Policy Dragonite. If he procs Weakness Policy, this Mon just tears through his team. So let's just get into the replay. Let me adjust the screen so it fits a little bit better. Yes. Yes. Okay. So I'm not gonna... I lead Miltank because I think to myself, all right, let's just get rocks up and cool. Let's see how much Fire Punch does. And then this happens for about 20 turns, so I'm just gonna skip around. Neither of us are killing each other. He's pressure stalling me. Nothing much is happening. He's defogging my rocks. We finally switch into different stuff. And then we both double right back. So I decide it's time to take the offensive. Let's go back into Glow King. And let's start pushing buttons. I immediately... I think to myself that he's going to go into Nihiligo a second time, so I push Psyshock because if I kill Psyshock, or Psyshock kills him in one shot. Gourgeist isn't loaded, so just pretend this is Gourgeist. Gourgeist takes or Earthquakes, eats it for breakfast. I push Power Whip here, reading that he's going to go for Tauros. Because I'd rather hit anything for some type of damage than not hitting Tauros with Poltergeist, because my Poltergeists are so valuable in this matchup. I don't want to waste them. So I just switch out. Back to the Miltank Corviknight. And now I finally get to see his 4th move, which is what I was waiting for in the first, like, 30 turns. And now I'm not worried of this thing at all, because I know it doesn't have U-turn. So my rocks are up. I Milk Drink, and then I go into Dragonite. Because I think to myself, there's nothing this guy can do. He's burned. He will not outdamage me. I set up an Agility here. And now I outspeed everything on his team. And I start pushing Dual Wing Beat. Right here, he pushes Ice Beam, which procs my weakness policy. He said post-game he should have Body Slammed and Ice Beamed. If that was the case, if he Body Slammed me, and he got the para, he deals with it easy, easy, easy. If not, though, my multi-scale is broken, but I still outspeed him, so I can either roost back up, or I just kill him with dual wing beat. So I wasn't particularly worried about Body Slam. The only thing that happens is if it paralyzes me, which if that's the case, I have Heal Bell on Clef to deal with it. But now I just kind of get to revel in my weakness policy, agility, Dragonite, and he just does big damage. He takes out Corviknight, which is the only really big wall on this team. So Fire Punch takes him out. And then this next turn I misplay. I should have roosted because he has Power Herb, Rock Move, whatever it's called, Power Gym, which one-shots me. If Power Herb is a 2-turn move, if I roosted, I don't believe it would have one-shot me. And then he wouldn't have been able to do it again, or it would have taken him a turn to get it set up. Colbur Berry comes into play here, and I get a free kill. Decidueye comes in. I have no Colbur Berry, and he goes for the Poltergeist, which is, I think, just a misplay on him. And then I just want to see what item he had, and I threw I threw Differential away. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just kept pushing buttons. There was nothing he could have realistically done to me. But I also really wanted to show off this Lucario set, which he does get crit, which is kind of unfortunate, but he immediately redeems himself by one-hit KOing Greninja and then extreme speeding the Tauros to death. Which just about anything on this team except for Decidueye dies at 20% HP to 40% HP to extreme speed, especially if I'm attack boosted. So that was Lucario cleans up a second game, which is really cool. But yeah, this was Dragonite's time to shine, really. Very proud of him. I think he did great. Kraber, I feel like didn't prep bad. He brought Scarf Decidueye, which is exactly what I would bring against me. I think it's very good in this matchup and does a lot. He just clicked the wrong button, which is unfortunate. I think Nihilego, he saw the position that he was in to take out Dragonite, and that was the only answer to it, and he took it, which I think is a great play. Unfortunately, he just didn't have the tools he needed once Corviknight was down and once Flygon was down to deal with the rest of my team. And I managed to take it. But GG's, I had a lot of fun this matchup. As always, it's really fun to fight Kraber. But yeah, I shouldn't have thrown Gorgeist. That was a waste. And I should have roosted on Dragonite to try and keep as much differential as possible. But it doesn't really matter in hindsight. But again, GG's. Had fun. Bye.